Okay, here we go. Welcome back to Independent Behavior. Thanks for dropping by. Uh, Today's subject is human behavior. Uh, now, I said in the intro video that uh, we'd talk about human behavior. So, why is it so important that you understand human behavior? Um, and the reason is because in all of human history, it's the only thing that never changes. So I'm not trying to lecture you or uh, uh, believe me, I'm not smart enough to do that, which is why I have a handful of notes from Barbara. Her references are um, Plato, Freud, Hobbes, Maslow, Rousseau, Confucius. And then there's a side note down here at the bottom that says, um, my main view comes from evolutionary biology. um, she could lecture you on it, but I can't, nor do I want to. So let's see what she says. I've got the notes, and I will cut it down considerably. Um, this question, are we good or selfish, has been debated for centuries, and there's been very little consensus. So there's an age-old problem, isn't it? One factor stands out. We're driven by self-interest. Now, that's a revolution. That's a revolutionary statement. Um, Self-interest drives human behavior. That's pretty darn important. Behaving cooperatively or competitively depends on the situation. We help others sometimes, sometimes not. In most cases, we can find self interest. Yes, yeah, see, that's important. Um, Doing good makes us feel better about ourselves or gets us maybe a future reward or acts to keep society running smoothly. I'm laughing because you can tell she was a professor um, by putting in that society runs smoothly thing. Uh, yeah. So anyway, acting selfishly can also be in our self-interest. We're motivated by self-interest, and we will act to promote it. So there you go. The one thing that never changes uh, is driven by self-interest. That's pretty important. In that, if you can get a handle on that and look at it from that perspective, you can figure out where people are coming from, and you can figure out what's going to happen in a certain uh, area of society that controls us all. The government, the federal government, not state too, local, but not to the extent of the federal government. Um, they take our taxes and they spend it on what C students would spend it on. Let me explain that a little bit. When I was a senior in college, had an accounting professor address the class. And he said, you guys are getting close to graduation. You C students need to put in your application to the IRS. You A and B students need to prepare to sit for the CPA exam and go to work for a private company. Uh, and that's what the government is. The government is C students. There are exceptions, um, like everything in life. There are exceptions, but they're very few and far between. So, um, if you can get a handle on what the self-interest part of this legislation and what people are doing, even in the private sector, it's the same thing. Um, they're going to act in their own self-interest. They're a little bit smarter than the federal government is. Um, and if you can pull that thread and see where that self-interest comes in, then you got an understanding. And from an understanding, you can gain um, a solution. You can gain a way around or a solution to whatever it is that they're coming up with, because the convoluted way that they talk and the convoluted way that they write laws, uh, just try looking at the IRS code sometime. Oh my goodness. That's why there's a continuing education requirement for accountants, for people who have the letters behind their name. I do. I have the letters behind my name. So it is a mess. So yeah, and that's only a part of the federal government. So yeah, um, that's why it's so important. Um, Now we'll talk about other things, but that's pretty darn important. Um, so I appreciate you spending your time to watch this video, but we'll talk about um, maybe current events next time, because there's a lot of stuff going on. We'll have to see how it goes. So until next time, toodaloo.